All right, let's talk about a habit that feels so harmless, right? But what if it's actually setting you up for failure? Today, we are digging into the surprisingly high cost of instant gratification in our world.
So, let me ask you something, and be honest. You've got that big, important project sitting right there, but what do? You pick up your phone and start scrolling, right? You tell yourself, oh, it's just for a minute, just a quick break. Come on, we've all done it. Well, what if that tiny choice actually has huge consequences? It turns out that every time you do that, you're doing way more than just procrastinating. You are literally, and I mean literally, training your brain to fail. Now, that's a really powerful idea, so let's get into the science of what's going on here.
Okay, to really get what's happening inside our heads today, we've actually got to jump in a time machine. We're going back to one of the most famous psych experiments of all time. You've probably heard of it, the Stanford Marshmallow Test. The setup was just beautiful in how simple it was. You take a little kid, put him in a room, and give them one marshmallow. Then the researcher says, okay, you can eat this one marshmallow right now, but if you can wait 15 minutes until I get back and not eat it, you'll get a second one. Then they leave the room. And that's when the real test starts.
Now, this little test of willpower, it turned out to be so much more than just a cute video of a kid struggling with a marshmallow. Researchers actually followed these kids for decades. And what they found was kind of staggering. That one simple choice, one marshmallow now or two later, turned out to be an unbelievably powerful predictor of how their lives would turn out.
Basically, two totally different paths emerged from this one test. The kids who waited, the ones who held out for that second marshmallow, they ended up with higher test scores, they were healthier, they were more successful with money as adults. And the kids who ate the first one right away, on average, yeah, they were more likely to struggle with school, their finances, and their health. It's like a tale of two futures, all starting with that one little choice.
So, okay, what in the world does a 50-year-old experiment with kids and marshmallows have to do with you and your phone right now? Well, as it turns out, everything. We are all facing our very own marshmallow test, not just once, but like dozens of times every single day. And this right here is the whole point. You know that little itch you get, the pull to just check your notifications or watch one more video, to do literally anything other than the hard thing you're supposed to be doing? That is your marshmallow. And your phone, it's just serving them up on a platter, one after another, all day long. This all boils down to one simple idea: instant gratification. It's that desire to feel good right now, no waiting. And let's be real, our digital world is an absolute masterpiece of engineering, designed for one thing: to give us those little hits of pleasure whenever we want them. And here's the dangerous part. This constant drip, drip, drip of easy rewards is actually rewiring your brain. Think of it like a path in a forest. The more you walk it, the wider and easier it gets. You're carving a path for easy. Your brain gets conditioned to avoid hard stuff. Because, why would you struggle when a little reward is just a tap away? And over time, this just kills your patience. It makes the real, deep satisfaction you get from hard work feel kind of worthless. All right, so our brains are getting hooked on easy. But what does that actually look like in the real world? The consequences, believe me, are very real and, yeah, they're pretty significant. And what's crazy is how closely it mirrors the results from the original marshmallow test. With our money, it looks like not being able to save, always giving in to that impulse buy. At work or school, it's that feeling of not being able to focus, avoiding the big projects that would actually move us forward. And our health? Yep. It's grabbing the convenient junk food instead of cooking, or sinking into the couch instead of going for a run. Are you seeing the pattern here? Every single time we reach for that easy distraction, we're making a choice. We're choosing the first marshmallow. We are, slowly but surely, training ourselves to fail life's bigger tests. And we're doing it every single day. So this brings us to the last and maybe the most important question of all. It's time to kind of turn the mirror on ourselves here. And I just want to leave you with this to think about. What is your second marshmallow? What's that bigger, better reward? You know, the business you want to start, the book you've been meaning to write, that skill you want to master, the healthier person you want to become. What is that thing that you're giving up bit by bit for the cheap, temporary hit of that first marshmallow? What are you really sacrificing for just a quick scroll? That is the real test.